Omdat ze zich steeds ongeruster maken over de situatie in hun vaderland, besloten ze kort geleden in Nederland een club op te zetten in solidariteit met de regenboogcommunity in Polen. Namens, ik ga het proberen, nie-heteronormatywnie Nederlandi voeren het woord Simon Adamczyk en Jazik Mischke. Zij houden hun speech in het Engels.
Hello everyone. As you can see, Poland is far from heaven. Almost every single day I see images of social media depicting people who have just been assaulted because they have been assumed to be LGBTI by their attackers. People who are standing up for us are increasingly becoming subjects of violence as well. Many people who these days express their solidarity with LGBTI by displaying a rainbow flag face hostility from their neighbors, even their landlords. I'm shocked, but I'm not surprised. I read statements of my friends who were arrested after a protest against detaining Margot. Margot, who's part of a queer activist collective, Stop Bzdurą, which translates to stop this bullshit. There is little confidence that those who should be protecting us from harm and securing our rights and safety will do their job. I am talking about the police. I am talking about the juridical system. And this is bullshit. Poland is far from heaven. LGBTI people knew it already. We knew it for decades. What has been happening for the past months is not only heartless and cynical politics that exploit resentment and deeply rooted homophobia, which homophobia is a disease of the spirit. It is a human rights crisis in the making right now. And here I would like to quote the words of Marian Turski, delivered on the 75th anniversary of Nazi death camp liberation. Auschwitz did not fall suddenly from the sky. And the second quote from him: the opposite of love is not hate, it's indifference. This is why we are gathering here, to not be indifferent. I'm speaking to you as a Polish migrant who can call Amsterdam and the Netherlands at large his home. I moved here about 3 years ago. Here I finished my studies. Here I fell in love with a Dutch guy. Here I have learned to not be ashamed of my HIV status. It might be obvious that I won't think about moving back to Poland anytime soon. I can consider myself privileged. And let me remind you that among Polish people who migrate to the Netherlands, there are queer people for whom leaving the country simply means survival. For some, separation from their families and from the direct environment equals to choosing freedom over discrimination. Poland right now is facing the exodus of LGBTI people. Many of them have lost faith that change for the better will happen in their lifetimes. However, not everyone will leave, because not everyone is able to do so. And nobody ever should want to, nor have to leave their country simply because of who they are. Yet, it is happening. Therefore, I would like to ask you to pay extra attention and extra care to the problems of queer migrants coming to the Netherlands from Poland and other places in the world where well-being of LGBTI people is endangered. And now I'm going to pass the mic to Jacek, who's going to tell you about our newly established initiative that is called Nieheteronormatywne Niderlanden. I think you guessed what it means.
Hi. So, my name is Jacek. It's a Polish name. My parents moved to the Netherlands in the 80s, when Poland was still a communist country. I was born in the Netherlands, and I visited my family very often, and I've seen it change for the better, I thought. Slowly, Poland joined the European Union, and me, that was lucky enough to be born in the Netherlands and to discover my sexuality in this relatively safe space, did not think that much about the dangers that are happening in Poland. The daily, the duality between my free self and my family self has always been a struggle. This is a struggle that many LGBTQI+ people experience in their lives. However, it is only since peace came to power that I realized how silent and how scared I was to express my true self when visiting my family. Many Polish people now choose or feel forced to leave Poland for a safer place to live. They're in search for a place where their sexuality, where their gender, where their partners, and their chosen family are accepted. They want to find a place where they can grow to their full potential. Me and Szymon started Nieheteronormatywne Niderlanden with the aim to stand proud, to support our Polish queer community in the Netherlands, and to show our families back home that it is love that we need and love that we want to give. The base of our organization are accessible open events where we meet each other, we share stories, we feel safe enough to ask for help, and we make sure that no one feels rejected. And I'm sure that everybody in Poland, and for me certainly, seeing you here today makes me feel that I am not rejected. And let's make Poland better.